Hello, my name is Chef Tany and today I'm going to show you in this video how to make saffron risotto. For making the saffron risotto I have here a clarified butter, minced shallots. I have the arborio rice. It's a short grain rice with a lot of starch. We need the short grain rice to create that sauce for the risotto. White wine. I have saffron over here. The saffron is what we're going to utilize to infuse the flavor into the chicken stock. So earlier on I took some saffron and put in the chicken stock and season it with salt, and I'm having it ready for me heated up, so when I need it, it's not going to cool my preparation. So this is the saffron. After I am going to utilize at the end some butter and some Parmesan cheese and the last addition of the stock, and create the sauce and show you how to plate it. So let's get started. We're starting on a low temperature. Heat up your pan and have some clarified butter put into it. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit to melt it. When I see that I have enough clarified butter to coat the bottom of my pan, I will take the excess clarified butter, so I won't have too much butter. I need just enough to be at the bottom of the pan. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start sweating my shallots. Sweating is when you want to cook it, saute it without any coloration. We develop a nice sweetness to the onions or the shallots. So I'm utilizing shallots. You can utilize onions, cut really mince them really small. Okay, so I want just enough heat that it will cook, but I don't want too much heat that it will brown. Okay. Now that our shallots are ready, they are sweated and they're nice and translucent, and you can smell the sweetness of the shallots. We're going to add the risotto rice. Okay, this is the arborio rice, short grain with a lot of starch. And what we are trying to do over here is we are heating up the risotto and coating it with coating it with the butter. Now that our rice is nice and hot, we're going to add the white wine, about 4 ounces, and we're going to cook it until all the wine is soaked by the grain, okay, by the risotto. When we do that, we always want to make sure that we scrape the sides of the pans, and also we get all the rices on our spatula off, so this way the stuff that is not in the liquid is going to cook. You don't want to have grains on the sides of your pan, because then they are not going to cook evenly. Okay, so you always go with your spoon and make sure that you get everything into the liquid. Okay, now that our wine is all soaked into the grain, we're going to add our first addition of saffron infused chicken stock. So it's 1-to-3 ratio. This is 1 cup. So we're going to add 1 cup of saffron risotto. We're going to wait and cook it and keep on stirring it all the time, making sure that it's not sticking. And we are going to simmer it slowly and let the first addition soak. After the first addition is soaked, we're going to put the second addition, and then when we want to finish it up, we're going to put the third addition, and then after it soaks and it's almost ready, we're going to do what's called the mantecatura and finish up the dish. Now that we added our 3 additions, And the second one and the third one, I'm gonna finish it up by adding a little bit more stock. I'm gonna add a good amount of Parmesan cheese, and I'm gonna add all butter, and we're gonna do what's called the mantecatura, which means monting with butter. I'm gonna create the sauce with the butter, the stock, and the Parmesan cheese. I like a lot of Parmesan cheese, so I'll put some more, okay? And I'm shaking it and mixing it and making sure that I'm creating that sauce with the starches, the liquid butter and cheese. I'm gonna taste it to see that it's seasoned right. I kept on tasting it all the time and kept adjusting. You cannot wait until the last minute. My stock is also seasoned, and this way the seasoning gets into the center of the grain. You can't just do it at the end. Okay, so it looks like it's ready to go. It's perfect. Really good seasoning, al dente. The rice is not overcooked. I'm gonna add just a little bit more stock to get it to the right consistency. Now we're gonna plate it. So I'm gonna take a plating spoon, and risotto is a plate by itself. So when you put it on a plate, a good risotto should ooze on the plate. You see how it moves? This is how you know that it's a good consistency. You can shake it a little bit. And this is the consistency of risotto, okay, that you serve.